Hey everyone, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in to Relevant Jukebox, and today we're going to talk about this new self-titled album from Vince Staples. So this is the fourth full-length studio album for the rapper Vince Staples, and his second release with producer Kenny Beats. And this is another scant release for the duo overall, as this one just runs 22 minutes in length. And I've just seen a lot of people complaining about this release, saying that it's really scant, it's very bare bones, and I can certainly see where they're coming from. I mean, the production on here is a lot more stripped back and nocturnal, and the overall vibe of this thing is very depressed, with Vince's kind of like understated and like kind of depressing delivery on here. But I actually kind of like this album overall. I mean, it does have a lot of replay value, even though these tracks are pretty brief. For me, a lot of the appeal of this release comes with the amazing chemistry that these two show on some of the better tracks, as Kenny Beats puts out this very like nocturnal feel with this like soft, huge bass and all these like twinkly looped melodies that lock into these grooves that are just like really infectious when they hit. And Vince is no slouch either. He weaves in and out of it and makes it just as engaging with his flows. Now, the opening track is kind of a snoozer overall and is stuck in this like introductory limbo, but the next four tracks in a row are like straight fire, starting with the lead single Law of Averages, which has a sort of strange beat that feels like a James Blake track that's been chopped and screwed. And that run concludes with the track Taking Trips, which is also a very like catchy moment on the project that has just such a wonderful groove to it. But again, these tracks are scant overall. I mean, he's just basically giving you verses with a couple hooks laced in. I mean, none of these tracks are really for the radio or the club, really, which doesn't really bother me at all. I mean, I do really appreciate the very specific focus that's locked in on these tracks. I mean, it really feels like Kenny and Vince spent a good amount of time crafting this in his cave. And again, I'm sure if you were expecting a more energetic Vince on here and you just don't get that, I mean, it is self-titled as a project, so maybe this is more of a reflection about how Vince feels on the day-to-day. Now, the album isn't necessarily a home run, though, as it is littered with a couple vocal skits on here that just kind of clutter the track list, and then there's a couple other tracks that just pale in comparison to others, like the track Take Me Home, which does have a vocal feature on it from Fouché, but, I mean, the way that the track is structured is just kind of rickety, in my opinion. But it does kind of end on a nice note with the track which has another beat to it that has this very abstracted melody that's laced in that just kind of hooks me. So, I mean, overall, I did enjoy this project, even though I guess like the first couple passes that I went through it, I mean, I didn't think it was much, but I don't know, I just kept revisiting it. I think it was the brief nature of these tracks and those loops that just kind of kept me staying. I do wish it was longer, I mean, because I think they hit a nice stride on here when this thing hits, but And, with that being said, I'm feeling a 7 over here on Vince Staples. So for all you collectors out there, this did pop up on a limited blue vinyl. I'm going to have links to it down below in my description box if you want to grab it. And if you have listened to this new Vince Staples album already, let me know what you thought about it in the comment section down below. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like and share, and if you want more content from me, hit that subscribe button. Peace.